peonies are growing. And Nellie is containing them. Because if not, when it rains, they'll flop over.
Nellie is trying to figure out what she did with the rest of her things.
And it's so early. It's like April.
I've never had to
them.
do this early.
Usually we're skiing, spring skiing at this time.
Well, you're spring skiing. I'm trying to figure out how to stay off the hill.
So I'm up here in the entrance to Nellie's garden, and you can see Nellie and Tori, who are over there working, have dug out all the rocks on this path, and there's still roots, so we got to cover the roots up so you can walk. It's a, there's a hole there, and you can see major tripping hazard right here all the way through. It's just very uneven, so we're going to bring some topsoil in, which I've got in the tractor. Another pathway here, and you can see the tractor wouldn't make it. The cutter would get stuck on all this stuff, and people's feet would trip on this because they're quite high off the ground. So that's what we're doing, and they're over there digging some rocks on the pathway to try and make it so we can get some dirt. And I've got the trusty old little tiny tractor here with a little bit of topsoil, and that's what we're doing today. Okay, so I'm about to wind it down. Nellie is still digging rocks.
I just want this one rock, and then I can go order pizza.
Ooh, pizza. I like pizza. You can see some of these rocks are just absolute behemoths. And so this will be a path right here, believe it or not. It'll come through here. And I showed you earlier, this was a spot that was filled with the roots, and this is what I've been working on. So you can see we put some topsoil down here and made it so that you're not going to trip. And then I think I started here, and I showed you that, and that needed being done, and this needed being done. It was just rocks and roots. Well, a ton of topsoil's in here, gone over it several times with the tractor, and so now this is a nice walkable woods path. That's where the bench sculpture is going, and I made it to right about here and then stop. So there's a little bit more that needs to be done. It's not as bad here, just a few little, like that's, as you can see, that's, you can't have something like that. So we'll fix all these stuff, like all these little trip hazards. But the good news is, hey, we planted the entire hill here. It's been so long coming, and now it's all planted. So this path is going to come here. It's going to have two ways. It's going to come right through here, and it's going to go out there or down to our actual, that's our main garden there that we've had all of, starts there and goes all the way down to right about here. And then back right, there's a pergola in the back, and that's the main garden. This is all kind of new, and this path will come over here, and then now you can see what Nellie's doing. There'll be a little garden thing here, and the path will come straight through here. She's made an awful mess of things, but I did like that sound of pizza. So what are you doing?
I don't want it to drop back down again.
What, this rock?
I need a second shovel.
Is it able to come out? Oh my God. Yeah, no, that's not coming out, especially with the camera in one hand. Let me get a shovel. Be back in a second. Look at Nellie, you're turning all red. I didn't even realize it.
Look, it actually is heavy.
Here I am, floundering around on the video, and you're like dying here. Okay, we'll be back, guys. Okay, we're back, and the rock is out, so happy ending.
Yay. Pizza time.
Not happy ending, I can't say that.
Oh my God, I didn't even think of that.
A great outcome. Great outcome, the rock is out, and she's probably just gonna put it in line here. And I think it's pizza time.
It's pizza time.
We've done a lot of heavy work today, so pizza. See you guys later. So I'm gonna show you, this is what we filled in. I'm gonna show you where Nellie was working, fighting with those rocks, and what we've done. So it was impassable And you can see she was working right in this. These were those big holes and what have you. And we've got them all now filled in. These were some of those big rocks she was working on. That's going to be a little garden. And you can see this path is now complete. We've got a branch that fell down there, but that's where the bench is going to be. So you can see progress. We can actually now walk around. This needs to be filled. We've got the electrical in there. We need to fill this up with topsoil. It's a huge bed. Probably going to take, 8, 9, 10 yards just for this bed. But and we've got another bed right there that needs to be done right here. But we did do the big bed back there. So we've got one of 3 big beds done. It's coming. So we're here in the rose garden, as you can see. I don't know, maybe just come over to some of the roses. Still, it's April, but lots of green growth. And good morning.
Morning.
So what you're building a ladder.
So I've been
Hi, Peter.
these trellises to fasten onto these posts to be able to, not quite that high, it'll go into the ground a bit. But for these climbers at the end that are going to have to move closer to be able to go up and across an arch on the top.
So this one's going to go on this side.
Yeah.
That one's going to go on that side. And there's going to be obviously this one needs to be higher, and there's going to be a thing like that. Then you're going to have the climbing roses, which are on each side. You're going to instruct them to climb
Across the arch because they aren't doing as well as they should be doing because they don't have any support to climb up. So they're just kind of going wonky and getting in the way and hitting us when we drive by with the lawnmower.
Very good. Sounds like quite a project. And you painted them nice and red.
Well, I haven't finished. I found some spots that I didn't paint yet.
So that's what we'll be doing today.
That and moving dirt.
Yeah, we got more dirt.
Yeah, we filled all the buckets while you were still sleeping.
Peter was sleeping, is that what you were saying?
No, the Rusty was sleeping.
Cut!
There's no cut.
Cut! Take 2. So Peter was sleeping.
And then maybe when I get sick of moving dirt, and I've done this, I might go play on Bumblebee, my new toy
Ooh.
that Rusty so graciously purchased and surprised me with.
Don't even know what that is, but it sounds wonderful. Do you know what the Bumblebee is?
Yeah, it's a car.
Okay, back to work. Okay, so we got another load of triple mix. So triple mix up front, triple mix there. We're gone probably halfway through that topsoil. What are you doing, hon?
Saying good morning to Bumblebee.
Bumblebee? What is this?
It's my new lawn tractor.
So you don't have to bug me and deliver stuff. Deliver this, Rusty. Deliver this. Bring this here. Move this there. Now, cut the grass. When are you cutting the grass? It's too long. It looks unsightly.
Now I get to drive around and do all this stuff.
Now we can leave me alone. I can...
Just need a little trailer.
Yeah.
But I've already planned to paint, and I have somebody who's going to paint little bumblebees on it for me.
Sounds good to me. And there's the Green Hornet. This thing we've had forever. You can see it's got a flat tire. Got to pump it up every time I want to use it. But it's on its way out. But it is still working. But look at this. The first pile that I showed you was 5 yards. Here's 20 yards. Not there. It's just a little bit of afterflow. It was tough to pour because we got the hydro lines right up above. That's 20 yards of triple mix. So This is probably going to go in the garden right there, the garden behind. You can see we've got the electrical done, Nellie's garden here, and 2 more gardens back there. So that's probably where this is going, and the enchanted garden. So we'll probably knock off all 3 at the same time. Woo. End of the day. Well, we didn't quite get through 20 yards, but we went through a lot. But we did get this one almost done. This is going to be Nellie's garden. So all of this is done. As you can see, we've just got a little bit here to do, cover up some electrical. We still haven't done the paths yet. And we've got this one, and that one is done right there. So pretty good up here, eh?
Get there.
So I'm in the English garden right now, and it's time to split these hostas that are here. So you can see I've split it. This little round section here we'll be keeping, and this I'll divide up into many, many pieces. And some of them I'll just dig up and bury them because they're too close to the surface. You can see the roots. Try and get in here. You can see the roots there at the very top of the plant. That's not good. So I'll dig this out. We're going to split. This is the split section right here. All this split into many plants. This is the original 8-inch section that I'm going to keep. I'm going to bury it about 4 inches. So I'm going to continue to go down here, and we've got tons of plants that need to see. This is no good in the center here where the roots are growing up like that. So we're gonna fix all these, split them and bury them. So I'm right now in the English garden working away. So this is where I'm planting the new split hostas, because Canada Crossings is now full with hostas. We did these last week, and you can see, I'll try and get my shadow out of there because you don't want to see that. You can see there. They're actually growing. Like when we planted them, they were buried, and everywhere you see is now growing. So, and that's every bed in Canada Crossings is now filled with hostas until we have places to put the hostas. So, and now we're here. We've got 2 more beds. I'll back this out. 2 more beds right here. These are Canada's, backsplash to Canada Crossing. We have a green bed right up front, and the back bed will be red. I can't plant anything in the red beds because Nellie is actually going to be planting the red cannas this week. So all I have is the green bed, so I'm running out of space to split hostas. And you might think that's a lot of hostas. We still have the 180 hostas we split last spring, and we put in pots. And we didn't even have enough time to plant them all. We probably did 300-400 of them. We planted them all, got left with 180. We just tipped the pots on the side like this, kind of like this. So they were, and that's how they sat, 180 pots like that on our back lawn. And we've tipped them back up like this, maybe a month ago, and they're all growing nicely. So, and we get -20, -30 here. We're cold winter up here in Canada. So we still have those to plant, but we have so many gardens, guys. It's unbelievable. So it might sound like a lot. This might look like a lot. Oh, our work is cut out for ourselves. It is insane. So once complete, you wouldn't even know that there were hostas in this bed. There are. They're buried probably maybe 2 to 4 inches below the dirt. So it's nice and clean. The roots will be able to take hold, and they won't be lifting themselves out of the ground. So that project is now complete.